So those of you who've been following along since the very beginning will remember that we started with the earth element and Maitri Devi leading us in some beautiful reflections and explorations. And you just might want to remember a key learning, key moment for you in the earth element. Perhaps a way that the earth element touched you in a particularly significant way. And I can certainly remember Maitri Devi's just delight in all things nature-based, delight in the earth and the newts in the pond. And then we said goodbye to the earth element and we moved into the water element, Ratnadeva. And I certainly felt very moved by the anointing, taking a cup or glass of water and anointing ourselves, the heart center and our lips and our forehead, and then sprinkling water over ourselves and really connecting with the sacredness of water. There's the sound of the water, the evocation of the water. But you probably had your own special water moment through the meditations or talks, pujas or mantra. And then we said goodbye to the water element. And we moved into the fire element with Kamala Nandi. Fire, the warmth of fire was evoked. A sense of Amitabha, the red Buddha, the light and the warmth and the transformation available to us from the fire element. Then we moved, saying goodbye to Kamala Nandi, moved into the air element. And then being invited to just open a window, feel the freshness of the air. To immerse ourselves in this mysterious, ungraspable yet powerful element. And in the meditations, we looked at the air element in the body, and the air element as in the heart, in terms of our relationship with all of life. Contemplating the breath and the breathing of all living things. We looked at the air element as all the elements can teach us about equanimity, patience. They're just unremittingly themselves. They absorb whatever is there to be absorbed. They don't reject anything. They're just fully themselves. So we've come to our final evening with the air element. And some of you may have had encounters, unusual or humorous or profound. Really feeling into the qualities, the lightness of the air, the spontaneity and the freedom that it has. So just see if you can recall any nugget that you might have taken away from these 4 days. Your favorite little piece of connection, insight, humor. And if there's anything that you'd like to mention about this, to share with this group, just be lovely to hear any simple reflections on the air element. Has anyone got anything they'd like to has come up for them as something that they're going to be reflecting on or taking away from these 4 days?
I could just say something. Just in the last few days, working at Butterfield's lockup at the barn, fixing everything. Me and Trevor have just in the last couple of days seen this flock of starlings that keeps whooshing over the workplace, which we can't remember it happening before the air. Like it might have, but we just weren't tuned in. But we've put it down to the air element. And it's great every now and then just hearing that whoosh of birds fly over.
Mm.
That's it.
Thank you.
Hello, Amaragita. It's Mary. For me, there were two particular things that stuck out. And one was the bar of soap, that the image immediately that came, and the congruence of, distinguishing thought from feeling and what was actually going on. And what I found was that there was still craving there. And even though the soap and the bubbles were there was still something underneath it to be looked at. But there was that bridge between the two and holding gently and lightly. And there was also this mornings where, for the very first time, I was only about 2 and I'd gone for a walk hand in hand with air as my friend. So it was this wonderful friend. And then came, I seem to work with images a lot, then came the image of a dandelion and this beautiful, gentle, and me just running around with the dandelion in between the grass and the air and the breeze, and it was just lovely. So it was the lightness of it, but also how important it was to hold me, and the life that it's given me and continues to give me. So yeah, that quality of sensitivity, empathy, and compassion. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
I could say something.
Go ahead, Karen.
The thing that I really enjoyed the most was today doing the Untitled Chapter. I wasn't quite sure what to expect, and we were doing a thing where you just put your hand on your chest, one on your chest and one on your belly, and we're really present with the breath, and then allowed it to move you. And what was really surprising was I just started to rock, and it's almost like we're still most of the time when we breathe. I don't rock normally, but it just felt so natural, and the movement came from there. It was just really lovely. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. There were other bits about it I like, but that gentle sense of allowing the breath to move through me naturally without sort of resisting against it somehow. And I didn't ever realise I was resisting against it, but actually allowing that movement to happen just felt so lovely.
Lovely, thank you.
I'll share if that's okay, because actually I'm finding this element really, really challenging for me. So I work with elements in a way in a meditative fashion ordinarily, but and I use breath as part of breath work, to change different hormones and hack things in the body and mind. But so from that aspect, I use air. And I'm very aware of it, but I'm emotionally, psychologically, I can't connect with it, and I'm really challenged by it, and I don't know if it's because of where I'm at the moment, and if it's also got to do with the fact that I had an illness that affected my lungs recently. So I don't know if that's a block psychologically, but it's really interesting that there's a real resistance against the air. So it's just something I'm observing and sitting with. So it's good to get challenged. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Anything else about the air element? So we've got a few things in the chat. Yeah.
I've got one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just really, I was playing around with making like video backgrounds for Zoom, and I made this one with where I'm just the Earth slowly turning. I'm above the Earth, and it's just going over the clouds, and it was just really kind of peaceful and spacious, you know.
Mm.
So that was, yeah, I enjoyed doing that. Thanks for the inspiration.
Mm. So we've got a few things. Anna is saying she likes to remember forgiveness as an act of self-generosity. Joshua saying tightening and turning away versus leaning into life. Jill said she loved the idea of our breath, sharing our breath with everything. Mm. And Karen said, I also welcomed the reminder to find bubbles. I love bubbles. Such beautiful example of impermanence. Mm. Thank you.
I just want to say quickly, it started off, I started thinking it was going to be hard, and really thinking it was going to be hard doing air. And all the images that you've put with air, all the description and all the richness of it, it's been wonderful, really warm and vibrant and energetic and calming, and just all the good adjectives. Been fantastic. Thank you.
Mm.
Wonderful. Really surprising. Really surprised me.
Mm. Mm. It's interesting because you know, I've never taken this amount of time over each element before, and you know, in the 6 element meditation, you do all 6 elements just in one meditation in sort of 40 minutes. But I've been left sort of feeling like I just want more. I just want to go deeper and deeper into each element. It's almost like the more depth you go, then the more depth you find, and the more potential for there is for going deeper. That kind of gets revealed, was revealed for me. So yeah, I'm left feeling we could kind of have almost done a week on each element. Okay, so anything else anybody wants to say before we move on to the next piece? Okay, so we're going to just ritually kind of use the air element to kind of signal our willingness and our intention to release and to find some freedom from, you know, something that we feel maybe has been a bit stagnant or a little bit tight. And so just reflecting on, you know, we did an exercise on Saturday evening where we looked at any resentments or stagnation in the body, in our emotions, in our thinking, and with any people. So perhaps you could reflect on that. And we invited that if you wanted to bring anything that was a bit of a symbol of the air. And I had an interesting little journey, which was that when Maitri Devi in the earth element asked us to go and look for an object that was hidden and forgotten and sort of buried away somewhere, and to bring it out, I found an old box with some earrings that my partner had given to me quite a while ago, which I'd thought I didn't like. I just left them in the box and I never took them out. I just left them there, and I was just a bit irritated that he'd got me these earrings that I didn't really like. But this was about 2 years later. I decided to bring them and I put them on my shrine, and then I opened them up. And then over the course of these days, I've just slowly been falling in love with them. And one of the things is that they've got a green stone in the middle. I've got them on now. Got a green stone in the middle, and I'm like, but I don't have any green clothes. I don't wear anything green. And then during the air element, I suddenly thought, oh, it's the air element. It's the element of, and I just thought about, rather than being a bit resentful and a bit irritable about it, I could just let that go and just enjoy them. So I've put them on and enjoying them. It's a little journey with the air element. But anything that you feel you would like to just symbolically, with 3 strong blows of breath. You can either have the real thing in your hand, which you're willing to let go out of the window or out into your back garden, or in any way that you would like to do that. Just think of what that might be. And I'm just going to give us 5 minutes. So you have 5 minutes to find something, tune into it, then either go out, look at it out the window, or go outside, and just with this gesture, with your hands like this, and the object, whether it's in your imagination or whether it's real, you're just going to blow it to the winds. You're going to blow it. The wind is going to take it wherever it can be made use of. You're just going to blow 3 times. And you're just going to allow it to be dissipated into the wind. So I'll see you back here in 5 minutes. So that was just a little taste of the mantra. Someone said it was that a bit loud? Was that okay? It was okay. Okay. So we're going to do a puja. Have most people done pujas before? I'm imagining most people have, yeah. And this is an Amaragita puja, a puja to the Buddha, Amaragita, whose element is the air element. He's deep green, and we'll get a very thorough introduction to him through this puja that was written by Dhiramati. We're going to have, in the puja, we're going to have a reading that Jolie's going to do that's going to really evoke his qualities. So the puja is in 3 different parts, and there'll be a time when I'll put on the mantra, and we can join in with the mantra and really get a feeling for the quality and the energy of Amoga Siddhi. I was wondering if there would be someone, because it's a bit strange doing a puja and call and response when you can't hear another voice coming back to you. And I know that some people have actually had just one person responding and everybody else responding with that one person. So that does feel like there's a bit of dialogue. So I was just wondering if there was a brave soul that wouldn't mind being the responder, that would not be on mute, so that we could have this sense of call and response. Great, Karen. Thank you very, very much. Okay. So I've never done this before. So let's hope it works. Let's hope we can have a sense of our shared connection, our shared practice with each other, and a sense of connection with the air element and with Amoga Siddhi. So,
Amaragita.
Yep.
When do you want the
I will
poem?
cue you in. I'll say, and now Jolie will.
Okay. Great.
Do the evocation to Amida, Amoga Siddhi. About in the middle. So puja to Amoga Siddhi. Homage to air.
Homage to air.
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 Wild storm.
Wild storm.
Favouring wind.
Favouring wind.
Cooling breeze.
Cooling breeze.
Fan to the fire.
Fan to the fire.
Bringer of rains and snow.
Bringer of rains and snow.
Steeds of clouds.
Steeds of clouds.
Air.
Air.
Billowing, blowing.
Billowing, blowing.
Breathing in space.
Breathing in space.
Gales of winter.
Gales of winter.
Storms at sea.
Storms at sea.
Gentle sound.
Gentle sound.
Soft whisper.
Soft whisper.
Voice and song.
Voice and song.
Air.
Air.
Light-winged messenger.
Light-winged messenger.
Light leaping feet.
Light leaping feet.
With rapid wings the birds fly.
With rapid wings the birds fly.
Swooping and soaring.
Swooping and soaring.
Through your vibrating space.
Through your vibrating space.
Air.
Air.
Impetuous.
Impetuous.
Invisible wind.
Invisible wind.
All thundering.
All thundering.
Lion roaring.
Lion roaring.
Wide.
Wide.
Ever opening expanse.
Ever opening expanse.
Music calls within your heart.
Music calls within your heart.
You come from all directions.
You come from all directions.
Weather bearer.
Weather bearer.
Scatterer.
Scatterer.
Wild.
Wild.
Air.
Air.
Soft and kind.
Soft and kind.
Breath of life.
Breath of life.
All share.
All share.
Air,
Air,
may you remain clear and pure,
may you remain clear and pure,
serene with vast skies,
serene with vast skies,
wiping moisture from beauteous eyes.
wiping moisture from beauteous eyes.
Please bring fruitful rain
Please bring fruitful rain
and drying winds,
and drying winds,
your unseen zephyr
your unseen zephyr,
formed of wings.
formed of wings.
And now get comfortable for Jolie's evocation. Jolie's going to do a reading, which is an evocation of Amoga City.
As far as the eye can see is an endless forest. Above, a deep dark blue star-filled sky. The wind gently stirs the leaves of the trees. In the moonlight, the tree shadows dance. Through forest, the voices of owls call. There are other voices too, ancient voices calling from the hillsides and valleys, from the rivers, and from the rocks and stones. Voices from the beginning of time, from the deepest forest root. The whole forest is alive, each rock, tree, plant, the earth and grasses vibrating with life. Deep into the night forest, in a circular clearing, stands a huge, gnarled old oak. Out of the foliage of the old tree, a face stares. He has leaves coming out of his mouth, plants growing in his long tangled hair. He steps forth. He is naked, his colour a luminous dark green. He is vital and alert. Without any self-consciousness, he is uninhibited, at ease. His form is beautiful, poised, keen, and aware. He lifts 2 sticks of carved wood to his heart and crosses them, one vertical, the other horizontal. He stares up into the endless expanse of night sky. He looks down to the earth beneath his feet. He gazes into sky heavens and to the depths of the earth. He slowly circles the clearing in a rhythmical dance. First looking out into the wood and then looking towards the center. In every movement, he is graceful and perfectly self-possessed, his energy flowing freely yet wholly contained. He is completely with himself. Our own senses come fully alive as if they were his, and across the space between us, his breath passes as a deep, slow sigh. It flows into us, our breath at one with his. Absorbed, we feel his presence, tingling in our senses. He leads us through the forest to a spring. It bubbles and sings as it rises up from the depths. He cups his hands and scoops up water, throwing it into the air. Startled and amazed, we watch as a flock of birds fly up from his hands. He laughs, and as he does so, a wind blows through the forest, stirring all the trees to life. And once again, we hear the voices of the forest all singing together. We feel surrounded by an enchanted circle of love. Then the green man raises his hand to the level of his heart, fingers pointing skyward, palm outward. He stands solid and sure, confident and bold. He slowly flows into movement, into a spiraling dance, dancing circles of luminous green light around us, until he becomes a green snake coiling itself up and around us. We feel our feet pushing down into the earth, arms reaching into the sky. Feel ourselves pulsing as sap filling up from root to leaf tip. Find ourselves staring out over the trees, rising up with our own wings into the night sky. Unhindered in any direction, we pass through the night of darkness and fear. Swept on by the winds effortlessly, we pass through the moonlit sky. With only openness around us, with no resistance anywhere, we clash the symbols of victory held in our hands.
Calling on Amoga Siddhi. Om Amoga Siddhi Ah Hung.
Om Amoga Siddhi Ah Hung.
Amoga Siddhi,
Amoga Siddhi,
the great Lord of transformation,
great Lord of transformation,
our own path of transformation,
our own path of transformation,
our own path unfolding in this world.
our own path unfolding in this world.
Om Amoga Siddhi Ah Hung.
Om Amoga Siddhi Ah Hung.
He is our ever-changing nature,
He is our ever-changing nature,
sensed, felt and lived
sensed, felt and lived
in this body,
in this body,
with these senses,
with these senses,
right now,
right now,
right here.
right here.
Om Amoga Siddhi Ah Hung.
Om Amoga Siddhi Ah Hung.
The inner and outer together,
The inner and outer together,
self and other,
self and other,
intimate and joined.
intimate and joined.
All opposites come together
All opposites come together
in awareness without limit.
in awareness without limits.
Om Amoga Siddhi Ah Hung.
Om Amoga Siddhi Ah Hung.
Element of air,
Element of air,
free to flow in any direction.
free to flow in any direction.
Om Amoga Siddhi Ah Hung.
Om Amoga Siddhi Ah Hung.
Spontaneous and altruistic,
Spontaneous and altruistic,
master of skillful means.
master of skillful means.
Om Amoga Siddhi Ah Hung.
Om Amoga Siddhi Ah Hung.
Neither pushing away or pulling towards,
Neither pushing away nor pulling towards,
holding everything in awareness.
holding everything in awareness.
Om Amoga Siddhi Ah Hung.
Om Amoga Siddhi Ah Hung.
Everything flows.
Everything flows.
Volitions are freed of self.
Volitions are freed of self.
Om Amoga Siddhi Ah Hung.
Om Amoga Siddhi Ah Hung.
The heart opens,
The heart opens,
energy overflowing
energy overflowing
everywhere.
everywhere.
Om Amoga Siddhi Ah Hung.
Om Amoga Siddhi Ah Hung.
Total action,
Total action,
unobstructed success.
unobstructed success.
Om Amoga Siddhi Ah Hung.
Om Amoga Siddhi Ah Hung.
Undivided,
Undivided,
he dances in the ever unfolding field
he dances in the ever unfolding field
of awareness.
of awareness.
Om Amoga Siddhi Ah Hung.
Om Amoga Siddhi Ah Hung.
The element of air,
The element of air,
free to flow through us,
free to flow through us.
movement and expansion.
movement and expansion,
life and breath,
life and breath,
ebb and flow.
ebb and flow.
I'm going to do the Amaragita mantra with some help from some people who did it earlier. Om Amoghasiddhi Ahung.
Om Amoghasiddhi Ahung.
Amaragita Ahung.
Amaragita Ahung.
He knows no separation.
He knows no separation.
He is not threatened by others.
He is not threatened by others.
He does not fear the world.
He does not fear the world.
He has no fixed identity.
He has no fixed identity.
He holds to nothing for safety.
He holds to nothing for safety.
No world to control.
No world to control.
No world to understand and master.
No world to understand and master.
He is completely free.
He is completely free.
He has stopped the wheel of anxiety,
He has stopped the wheel of anxiety,
restlessness,
restlessness,
and fear.
and fear.
His fearlessness is insight.
His fearlessness is insight.
Hung.
Hung.
May I not hold back from love through fear.
May I not hold back from love through fear.
May I not judge and criticize through fear.
May I not judge and criticize through fear.
May I not come to hate others through fear.
May I not come to hate others through fear.
May I live my life fully.
May I live my life fully.
May I live my life passionately.
May I live my life passionately.
May I live this life beautifully.
May I live this life beautifully.
Hung.
Hung.
Whatever fears come,
Whatever fears come,
whatever anxieties oppress me,
whatever anxieties oppress me,
Amaragita is there.
Amaragita is there
With love,
with love,
with courage.
with courage.
Hung.
Hung.
Amaragita,
Amaragita,
mysterious one.
mysterious one.
He is open.
He is open.
He receives everything.
He receives everything.
There is nothing he does not meet.
There is nothing he does not meet.
There is no place he will not go.
There is no place he will not go.
To know ourselves,
To know ourselves,
to renew ourselves,
to renew ourselves,
to heal ourselves.
to heal ourselves.
Amaragita,
Amaragita,
may I have the courage to do what I need to do,
may I have the courage to do what I need to do,
to face what I need to face,
to face what I need to face,
to be who I need to be.
to be who I need to be.
Amaragita Ahung.
Amaragita Ahung.
So if anyone has bubbles now, it'd be lovely to see any bubbles that you have. And we'll end the puja. I'll put the Amaragita mantra back on and we can just blow bubbles to each other and then gradually leave the call as we feel called to do.
Om Namo Gacity Ahom. 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 Om Namo Gacity Om Namo Gacity Ahom. 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 Om Namo Gacity Ahom.
Sally.
Thank you. That was wonderful.
Thanks.
Thank you, Amaragita. That was fabulous.
Thank you.
And those of you that are still here, tomorrow we start the new element of space. with Kavala. So I look forward to exploring that with you all tomorrow morning. And I wish you all a very good evening. And thank you so much for sharing this evening with us.
Thank you. Thank you.
I mean, Karen, thank you. Your dogs really were entertaining, by the way. With a
Well, it gets him to go quite that mad, but